Alright, so we're recording.
Hey, this is Chris. How you doing? We're going to do a primer on self-massage of the plantar region of the foot this morning. Hopefully the camera angle isn't too obnoxious. I tried to do this yesterday and it was awesome, except for the fact that you couldn't see what I was doing. So, it's hard, you know. I don't have a production crew. So first thing you do is get the big old hairy foot out right here. There's my big old hairy foot. And the region we're talking about here is this right here, this arch, which I have very high arch, you can see. It's almost like a car spring. So it's got this, it's designed like this as a shock absorber. It takes shock. When you get the plantar fasciitis, what happens is you get a tear on the attach point of that big spring, and it's in here, it's all swollen up. So as part of the recovery process, you want to do self-massage of the plantar region, including the fascia that we're talking about here. So you don't want to do it if it's still swollen. If it really hurts, sharp pain, swelling, heat, that means the injury isn't healed. You don't want to do any deep tissue massage if you still got injury. You got to let the injury heal. You can do a little bit, but you don't want to dig in there. But I'm in recovery now, so I get to go deep. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make sure that as this heals, as I go back to running and exercising, as it heals, all the fibers align the right way. So I'm going to use this cream. This is called Traumeel. This is an analgesic cream that you can get on the internet, and it makes for a nice massage cream, but it also has some anti-inflammatory, analgesic effect on the injury as well. So it helps the injury heal, or that's a theory anyhow, right? Your mileage may vary. You can use other creams, like for instance some off the shelf. This is just like a Bengay type product. You got to be careful with that though, because again, if you have an injury and you're putting heated cream, which are mostly menthol or capsicum, same stuff that's in hot peppers, that may cause the swelling to get worse. So what I'm doing is I'm just searching around in there with my fingers to feel any little knots or anything, because my injury was right in here, right in there, and I can still feel the little knot in there. I still get a little residual, ache, but it's not bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to deeply massage with my thumbs and fingers. I got really strong hands, and I'm going to give it, 90% pressure all the way up and down this plantar to stretch it out and to make sure that the fibers are all going in the same direction. And if the first couple times you'll do this, you're going to feel a lot of popping in there as the fibers come apart. It's almost like bubble wrap. And that's okay. It feels strange, but it's okay. It's just you're working that tissue and separating it and stretching it out. So you want to really dig in there, because you got these fat pads, which are built into our feet for barefoot running. These fat pads, you got to get through those to massage the area. So you really got to dig in there, use both hands, and try to do it in the same direction. Go with the grain, so to speak. And if there's any little nodes in there, you want to make sure you get those little nodes sort of straightened out, because those are the injuries we're talking about that we got to try and make sure they heal properly and don't heal as a bundle of scar tissue. So that's what we're doing here. And you really don't want to be gentle, because this piece of fascia in here is thick stuff. It's gristly. It's like car tire consistency. So you can really wail on it. Like I said, just make sure there's no active injury when you start doing this. But I do this a couple times a day for a couple minutes, just to get the blood flow going. And part of it's just, to get a connection, a physical connection between your brain and your hands and the injury, just so you can be in the moment with it. But just to get those fibers lined up and get that healing going and a little blood flow in there. So that's it. That's how to self-massage your plantar fascia. All right? Ciao. Pretty cool, huh? Oop, where am I?